I'm doing my pranayama. Where do I get the guidance from? I took training in Patanjali's Yoga Sutras. And now I'm using that guidance to conduct myself through my yoga classes. When I have any doubt, I do refer to the messages that I get from my guru, or I look at the YouTube for further guidance. Shouldn't we be following this procedure in the classroom? I don't mean the WhatsApp or the YouTube. What I mean is the procedure. Earlier, we spoke about strength of evidence and differentiated between learning from evidence and evidence of learning, which is step 4 in the 7 steps to knowledge. Let us delve deeper into the strength of evidence. Yes, students should gather evidence for their learning and learn from whatever they find. What is the guidance that they will get? Yes, they will also gather evidence from experience, reading, and listening. But how will they get guidance from it? How will they get the wisdom from it? For this, we need to go back a little into the historical way curriculum was organized. In the ancient Gurukul system, the students studied or learned the Shruti or the Vedas. This is known as the Upadesa. Then, during the day, the Guru gave them several tasks to accomplish, which were a mixture of routine chores and some academic. The students debated, discussed, and observed universal phenomena and tried to reason out using what they learned from the Guru. They cleared their doubts by evening. This process, known as Upapatti, went on until they gained the wisdom. The resultant stage is called Upasana, when they actively employed what they learned to life. When the British took over, the Shruti was cut out and replaced with textbooks. Therefore, the Upapatti and the Upasana were also cut out, and only memorization was retained. Thus started the behemoth rote memorization, of which India is often accused. The Gurukul used what I call the trickle-down approach. The other two methods are the top-down and the bottom-up. The top-down defines the final level of curriculum, and the rest are decided accordingly for every age group. This became a grind for some of the students, so the industry decided to shift to the bottom-up method. This meant age-appropriate curriculum, but then the challenge was lost for those who were brighter. Now compare the three approaches. My claim is that the trickle-down approach combines both the top-down and the bottom-up approach to achieve wisdom. During the period when this was used, there was peer learning and no textbooks. There was no exam stress, though there was assessment. The Guru understood how each student was learning by observing them and their questions. How do we bring it back and blend the system with the modern? We first need to identify some Moola Granthams or some main texts that acts as a guidance document to initiate students into. Students should be allowed to use that as guidelines to apply to what they are learning. Here is where they will use the modern systems and the methods like scaffolding and differentiation. That would be a perfect blend. What are Moola Granthams? They are texts that combine specific knowledge with wisdom, such as Arthashastra and Tarka Sangraha. These texts tell you how to deal with good governance in the case of the former and with the universe in the case of the latter. They provide guidance on the different categories and features of each aspect that one studies. Over and above, the texts also add on how to connect spirituality with the discipline. Spirituality can widely be defined as the pathway to liberation or the pathway to dharma, thus ensuring wisdom. For example, Arthashastra describes advancement in culture. Learners can apply them to identify an advanced culture. The text also describes what aspects a ruler must focus on in his policies. That can again be applied to understand where a regime was successful or not. Similarly, Tarka Sangraha describes 7 categories under which the universe can be sorted. While studying science topics, learners can apply to find what substances and qualities go into the making of a living or a non living thing. It also includes categories like mind and soul, permanent and the impermanent. Thus, the learners connect to spirituality. With the Moola Granthams in place, it has become easier now for students to draw conclusions from what they see and read or even experience. There are many other books that can act like Moola Granthams, such as, I have the list here, Darshanas in Vedanta, the Upanishads or stories from the Upanishads like Kathopanishad, the Leelavati, Aryabhatiyan, Surya Siddhantam, etc. Now, all these are written in Sanskrit, no doubt. But for those who do not study Sanskrit as a language, they can be converted to learning cards in English or the vernacular. For more information, please feel free to contact us.